Welcome aboard, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden here in our Weight Loss Week continuing exposition. Our Weight Loss Week continuing exposition. Weight loss amongst our children is the most rapidly rising health crisis in the United States currently. It eclipses everything else. Because as the kids get older and heavier, it puts a gigantic burden on the healthcare system, and, everybody gets sick. Of course, this is something that we should all be used to because everybody in this country is sick all of the time. We die in our 60s and 70s of cancer after we've given $600 billion of research to the pharmaceutical companies to try to come up with some type of fix for it, but they can't because they're the wrong dog for the hunt. We're used to getting sick. Everybody's overweight. Look around. And the reason that everybody's overweight is not because of bad genes. It's not because of voodoo hexes. It's because everybody is using MD-directed pharmaceutical centrist medicine to fix obesity, and you can't do it. It can't do it. It can't do it. Why? Because the root cause of obesity is chronic, undetected, undiagnosed nutrient deficiencies. Now, MDs are not trained in healthcare. They're trained in disease management through the application of synthetic pharmaceutical medicines and then surgery. If an MD's pipe dream, an MD's wet dream, is that everybody in the country would have, no gallbladder, one kidney, no breasts, no appendix. They'd have fake joints, fake knees, fake hips, fake shoulders. Everybody would be on mood elevators. Everybody would be on antacids. Everybody would be on cholesterol-lowering medications, and everybody would have artificial hearts, right? Half man, half woman, half machine. And, we'll all be artificial insemination. Because this is the end of the MD-directed reductionistic medical road is half man, half machine. It has to be. That's what it is. That's what they do. Their cure for obesity is to cut your stomach out. Well, that's not a cure. Or, put a belt around your stomach and cinch it up tight. It's called lap band surgery. That's what they do. Why do they do it this way? Because their view of medicine is one-sided, stilted, archaic, old-fashioned, and really completely out of date. But because the pharmaceutical industry has such power, has such money, has such political sway, they get away with murder, literally. MD-directed medical treatments in the United States are the leading cause of death. And while they have been in charge of our health care, while they have been managing our disease, because remember, they do not practice health care, everything gets worse. Obesity gets worse. High blood pressure gets worse. Heart disease gets worse. Cancer hasn't changed. Everybody's sick and suffering. We don't even come close to making our genetic potential of 120 years of age. We die in our 60s and our 70s of cancer, of heart disease, of, things that are easily fixable with medical nutrition. I mean easily fixable with medical nutrition. You're going to hear a great testimonial today, by the way, about stuff that's easily fixed with medical nutrition. But here's the deal. If you are suffering with a weight issue, the reason that your body is suffering with a weight issue is because your body is in tune with Mother Nature. Your body has intelligence. Your body knows how much nutrition it needs every day. Your body knows how much nutrition it has every day. And I'm not talking calories. I'm not talking fat. I'm not talking protein. I'm talking nutrition. There are 90 essential nutrients that your body needs to have topped off every day. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids. 90 essential nutrients. But you can't get all 90 nutrients from your food. You can't. So everybody's nutritionally deficient. Everybody's deficient in vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, and amino acids. Everybody is. Mostly we're deficient in minerals. Minerals are 2/3 of the body's nutritional needs. So Your body knows how many essential nutrients it needs to keep your heart healthy, keep your kidney healthy, keep your liver healthy, keep your brain healthy, keep your skin healthy, keep everything going. It knows what it needs. And it also knows that it doesn't have it. And when your nutritional tank reaches a certain level of emptiness, your body freaks out. And, your body knows that things are going to go downhill. Your body knows that the liver's going to explode, the heart's going to explode, the joint's going to explode, the brain's going to explode. It knows you're going to get sick and then die. It knows the game is afoot. So the body forces you to eat. It forces you to eat. That's why we overeat. And overeating is the only cause of obesity. We eat too many calories. Why do we eat too many calories? Because the body is forcing us to eat in the desperate attempt to fulfill the nutritional tank, to fill the nutritional tank up and get all the essential nutrients that the body needs to maintain its health. Only problem is the food that we're eating, thank you Monsanto, thank you agribusiness, thank you industrial agriculture. The food that we're eating doesn't have the nutrients in it that the body needs, especially the minerals. Minerals are only found in the soil. Plants can't make minerals. I say this in all of my lectures. If plants could make minerals, we could engineer lettuce to make gold, bioengineer lettuce to make gold, we'd all be rich. By the way, a cow can't make calcium. If the cow is eating grass that's grown in soil that doesn't have any calcium in it, there's no calcium in the cow's milk, or very little. Very little calcium, and the cow couldn't live if there wasn't a little bit of calcium in the food that it's eating. It would be dead. Its heart would have stopped a long time ago. There's got to be a little bit, but not enough. So, these are simple facts that have been overlooked, and because medical doctors are not concerned with this. They're concerned with the next designer drug. They're concerned with making a profit. They're not concerned with preventing illness. They're concerned with managing it. It's much better for a pharmaceutical company to manage your arthritis than to fix it, right? Much better for a pharmaceutical company to manage your depression rather than fix it, right? Much better for a pharmaceutical company to manage your type 2 diabetes than fix it. By the way, one patient treated with type 2 diabetes, and the average length of treatment for type 2 diabetes is about 40 years. One patient treated for 40 years for type 2 diabetes will profit the medical industry in the United States approximately $350,000. That's one patient. So, what's better? Is it better to fix it, or is it better to manage it and profit $350,000? That's why they do it. Because medicine here is not results-oriented, it's profits-oriented. There's nothing wrong with making a profit. But when you mix a for-profit enterprise with a monopoly, the only people that are going to win are the people pulling the strings, the people calling the shots, and that's the American Medical Association and the pharmaceutical industry. They do not have your best interests at hand. If they did, we wouldn't be an obese nation. If they did, nobody would have type 2 diabetes because we fix it all the time. Well, I've met thousands of people across this country who have previously had type 2 diabetes go on a medical nutrition program, and the type 2 diabetes is gone. It's gone. And this was proven in, the late 1950s by a medical doctor named Mers. He proved in laboratory rats that type 2 diabetes could be turned on or turned off simply by regulating how much chromium was in the food of the mice. Chromium, a mineral, like calcium, like magnesium. So he withdrew chromium and they got type 2 diabetes. He gave them chromium, it went away. Imagine that. Same thing happens in humans. But MDs don't know this. MDs are in the blind about this. MDs have no training, no respect, no appreciation, and no understanding even of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. And so you go from bad to worse when you go to the MD, especially if your problem is obesity. Because, another thing that I've noticed that really gets my goat over the last 24 years of clinical work, it is the rare MD that stays current with the research. There was a research program, research study funded by the United Nations and released in 2009. And it proved unequivocally that obesity, overeating is caused by, it has nothing to do with lack of exercise. That obesity, it has nothing to do with lack of exercise, it's caused by overeating. Obesity has nothing to do with exercise. Its sole cause is overeating. And then another study went on to prove that people who are obese don't get the sense of fullness that you and I get, that people who aren't obese get. You know, you eat a little bit of food and you're done. Your stomach's topped off. Well, people that are overweight don't get the stop signal from their stomach. Why? Because their body's nutritionally starved. Why? Because the food that they're eating is nutritionally vacant. Why? Because the agricultural industry is not paid to nutrify the food. They're paid per bushel ton. They're paid for quantity, not quality. They don't put minerals in the soil. You know, they put NPK, sodium, phosphorus, and potassium. That's 3. Well, you're 57 short. If you eat your Quaker oats, you're worse off, because oats, the gluten in oats, the gluten in barley, wheat, and rye gums up your intestinal tract and prohibits the absorption of what little nutrition is in the food. So to add insult to injury, eating a whole wheat breakfast, lunch, or dinner is going to kill you. One of the worst things anybody can do is eat wheat, barley, rye, and oats, because the protein in those grains, collectively called gluten, gums up the intestinal tract. I'm going to talk about that in the next segment. Ladies and gentlemen, the simple solution for obesity, and it is a simple solution, eliminate the 10 bad foods, nutrify your body with 1 healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, get 1 extra bottle of liquid plant minerals, plant-derived minerals for 1 month, dial in 1,200 calories a day, and watch the pounds slip away. Not only will you watch the pounds slip away, but your energy comes back, your sleep comes back, your sex drive comes back, your life comes back. 866-582-9933 is the number to call to talk to me live. 866-582-9933. Talk to me about anything you'd like, as long as it's related to health. I'd love to talk about politics. I would love to talk about religion. But this show is all about health 100% of the time. Maybe on April Fool's Day we'll change it up a bit. But if you have a question about a health concern, some type of diagnosis you have, a medication that some knucklehead MD has prescribed for you, and would like my opinion on science-based, clinically verified alternatives to that nonsense, call me up. 866-582-9933. And if you're listening to the podcast and would like information about things that you can do right now to recover your health, that number, 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. 2 myths we are suffering from big time here in the United States. Quite frankly, it's in all industrialized nations around the world. Myth number 1 is that when it comes to medical science, the only person who has a valid, worthwhile opinion, the only person to be trusted, your go-to guy for all things medical, is an MD. This is a myth of biblical proportions, because MDs are only trained in one very small aspect of medical science, and that aspect of medical science is pretty good for trauma care, and it's really good for surgery when surgery is necessary. But that's it. For most chronic health conditions, quite frankly, for all chronic health conditions, MDs have nothing to offer you except symptom-suppressive disease management through pharmaceuticals and surgery. This is why we have a healthcare crisis in the United States. This is why medical bills are the leading cause of bankruptcy. This is why we have an obesity epidemic, because the MDs have dropped the ball. By definition, their therapeutics are incapable of helping you to recover your health. So why would you go to them? Because you don't know there's an alternative. Myth number 2, healing is complicated. It's not. Surgery is. Surgery's complicated. You better have a medical degree if you're going to try to pull somebody's liver out of their body, or, remove an infected gallbladder, or stitch a wound up. Surgery's complicated. Healing is easy. By the way, that's the title of one of my audio CDs, and you should check it out, pick it up. Go to fireyourmdnow.com, click on the online store, And I've got 2 audio CDs that I've recorded. We've got many more coming out this year, but the Healing is Easy CD is an interview between myself and a longevity representative, Blake Graham, and we're just talking about medicine in general and longevity specifically. It's very good, and it's an eye-opener. My other audio CD, Who Made the MD King, is an edited version of one of my live seminars. It's pretty good. Really kind of breaks down the history of MD-directed medicine in the United States, the philosophical approach, of scientific approach that MDs focus in on, and what everybody else does in holistic medicine. And this is the key. Because healing is easy, if you're suffering with a chronic disease, if you've got obesity, if you've got type 2 diabetes or arthritis or high blood pressure, whatever, and you'd like to get a leg up on that, if you'd like to try an alternative, something with medical nutrition that actually supports and promotes your body's ability to fix itself, well, we have it dialed in for you. We have it dialed in for you. Healing is easy, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need complicated lab tests. You don't need x-rays and ultrasounds. Most people already have a diagnosis. Just tell us what the problem is, and we will provide you for no charge my colleague Dr. Wallach's recommendation and my recommendations for therapeutics you can use, medical nutrition therapeutics you can use right now to support and promote the health of your body and allow your body to be able to recover from most chronic diseases. If you saw the things that I have witnessed with my own 2 eyes people recover from, first you'd be in tears, then you'd be in joy, and then you would be angrier than a Mad Hatter. Because the simple fact of the matter is, either by design or by happenstance, you have been played. And the medical profession that you trust to help you with your health is incapable of helping you to recover your health. We have therapeutic programs at the click of the mouse, the click of the button. Call us up, tell us what the matter is, and we'll hook you up with a science-based, clinically verified alternative, something that you can start using. You can apply these therapeutics immediately today to start your road to health recovery. You know, aging is inevitable. The suffering is optional. Give us Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden, your friendly neighborhood naturopathic physician, talking to you about all things holistic, all things science-based, clinically verified. For you, things that you can do right now to recover your health. And a lot of people say, oh, Dr. Glidden, that couldn't be true. That couldn't be that easy. It couldn't be that good. If it was that good, everybody would be doing it. Well, guess what? 50 years from now, everybody will be doing it. You are at the cutting edge. You are at the gate. Day one of us, more or less, you know, from a grander time scale, of us bringing this message. We've been doing this. My colleague, Dr. Wallach's been doing this for over 20 years, spreading this message. It's only now starting to pick up steam. Why? Because medicine and science advances one funeral at a time. One funeral at a time. Oh, Dr. Glidden, it couldn't be that easy. Well, guess what? This company, the company that I advocate, Longevity, they went from $20 million in sales at the beginning of, in 2011, to $80 million of sales in 2012. That's a 400% increase. How on earth did they do that? Because they get results. And you want me to prove it? Well, I'm not going to prove it, but I'm going to bring somebody on who can. It gives me a great deal of pleasure right now to introduce my first guest for today, Carl from fabulous Four Corners in the United States. Let's give Carl a round of applause. All right, Carl, welcome aboard, buddy. You are live.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor, for having me.
Hey, Carl, it's my pleasure. Listen, buddy, we're all in this together, right?
Absolutely. No doubt about it. And I want to congratulate you for getting up to 2 hours now, and I'm going to be able to stand on your shoulders that much more and invite people to listen to you and use you so I can get more people on board.
Sounds good to me, Carl. So tell the listening audience what your experience with your health has been like before and after longevity.
Well, I got sort of an interesting story in the sense that I did a little bit of longevity, got away from longevity, and now I'm back. and the problem was I started back in June of 2011, and I found out about Dr. Wallach, and I got on his show, and I had some health issues, and I took care of those health issues. He told me what I needed to get and everything, and I really couldn't afford to get the amount that I needed. So I got on board and tried some of it, and I did a lot better. I felt a lot better, and I was working out. I'm big into working out, and anyway, I got into working out and stuff, and I wasn't doing the full package. I couldn't do the whole thing, but I was feeling better. So what happened was I sat out after a hard workout, and I was watching a TV program, and I noticed all these people getting ripped, and they were showing their abs, and I had never seen my abs in my whole life. And being a 60-year-old man at this point, now I'm now 62, but at that time I was 60, and I wanted to get those abs. So I replaced the longevity with doing other supplements with this other company to get those abs. Well, I did a 90-day program with them, and I got the abs, and I got, you know, everything. I learned a lot about diet, and I learned about what you were talking about before. It's about calories, and then the proper calories. And by learning that, all of a sudden, diabetes. I was doing some photo shoot stuff, and I was using some heavy carbohydrate sugar stuff, and all of a sudden I had some major league symptoms come up with my toes going numb, my urination. I couldn't hold it in for 15 minutes, and being a truck driver, I had to pull over by the side of the road, and nothing would come out. It was god awful. So I was on this radio program that I listened to often, and all of a sudden there was this doctor that was talking about reversing diabetes, and it happened to be you. And I said, what the heck is this, reverse diabetes? Because I'd already been on the internet, and I was doing some research to find out what I needed to do about this diabetes. Well, everything was doctor-oriented, and it was like, okay, I got to get on drugs, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then, and here I am on this radio program, and the Lord just put your life in you know, towards me. And all of a sudden, here I am listening that I can reverse it by doing what I like to do, and that's using vitamins and stuff.
And lo and behold, it was longevity, right?
It was longevity. And
how about that?
And here's the interesting part, is I said, okay, I called you up, and I had sent you some pictures, and you looked at the pictures, and I'm all proud and everything, and you know, I'm all ripped and everything, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm ripped, but I've got this diabetes problem, and I've got this health issue, and I got this, and I'm thinking how healthy I am, and your comment was, you're not very healthy, are you? And it just took me back, and I says, oh my God, he's so right. I'm not healthy. I look good, but on the inside, I'm in terrible shape.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I took your advice, and I completely got out of working out for 3.5, 4 months, and started doing the protocol that you told me to do. I completely reversed the diabetes.
How long did that take, Carl? How long did it take for the diabetes to go away?
Actually, it was probably gone in 2 months, but I wanted to make sure that it was done extremely well, so I continued into 4 months of doing your protocol and doing the diabetes good bad food bad food list and everything else, and I did it for 4 months. And I started back working out and doing back in in November. I started in November again, the beginning of November in 2012. And since then, I've been on supplements with longevity. I'm doing the HGH, doing all this stuff, and I've been trying to put weight on. I was 177 when this all started with the diabetes and so forth, and I weighed in today just because I knew I was going to be on this program. I weighed in today, and I'm 198 pounds. When I started on November, I was 190 pounds, and I was 17 body fat, and now today I'm 13% body fat. So I've removed 4% of my body fat by being on Youngevity and gaining weight.
Yeah, that's a great thing. Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing.
So how tall are you, and what's your target weight?
I'm 6'2", and I want to be between 200 and 205, and I've got. Yeah. I'm on a 90-day program, and I'm only halfway through that 90-day program, and so there's no doubt I'll be at 205. I'm just absolutely going to be at 5. And I believe I sent some pictures to show you that I'm not just talking here. It's real.
Yeah, we got the pictures. I'm going to put them up on the website. Actually, we're going to have a whole testimonial part to the website in a couple of weeks. And so, I'm going to have a little page just for Carl from Fabulous Four Corners. You'll be able to show everybody that, look, this is where the rubber hits the road. So, Carl, generally speaking, right, how do you feel since you've been on the Youngevity train?
Beyond, can you say euphoric?
You can. You just did. I know. It's pretty remarkable. I mean, so give me some bullet points of things that you've seen improve in your life. Mood, energy, sleep. Give me the rundown, baby. What's gotten better?
Well, I sleep through the night. I'm not waking up and having to go to the restroom a couple times a night. That's completely gone. I'm sleeping through the night now. One of the things I'm noticing out with my workout is that when I used to work out, I would get strains, little muscle strains, and I'd have to back off on my weights and so forth. Yeah. This time around, I'm getting pumps that are so unbelievable. There is absolutely no strains. I'm doing the Rebound FX before the workout, and then post-workout, I'm doing Rebound FX. Yeah, and I'm great. My pumps are huge. I cannot believe the power I'm getting. I'm not worn out. I want to work out more, but the workout section is over, and I feel like I can work out more.
Yeah.
It's great. And I'm only working out, and the beauty of it is what you're seeing. The results you're seeing is my workouts are an average of 35 minutes.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm only putting 35 minutes in a day.
Wow, that's really something. I mean, 35 minutes a day, and you're ripped, and you're sleeping through the night. How's your energy as you go through the day, from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep? How's your energy?
People want to get away from me. My energy is through the roof. I was over at Denver at the Super Saturday in Denver that they were having. Yep. And I was like running up and down the stairs and going instead of the escalator. I mean, it's like I don't want to do no escalator. I want to do the steps. It's crazy. I am feeling so good. And here's the other thing: when I got back on the product, and it was a little bit of a money issue. I've got to bring the business aspect into this. Somebody from my upline had helped me with my business, and all of a sudden, when I got back on Youngevity and I got on auto ship, I got a check from Youngevity, and I have been getting checks from Youngevity ever since. Now, I've been building a business for the past 4 months, but I didn't realize that I had a downline that I didn't even build.
Yeah,
I mean,
isn't that that's really cool, and that's a really great aspect of a networked business. And it's exactly the opposite of conventional corporate America, because if you have a JOB, it's your bosses, it's the people above you in the company, it's their job to pay you as little as possible. But with a network business, the people that are above you in the network want to see you succeed, because the more money that you make, the more money that they make. With a sharp stick right? This is the difference between the networked business model and conventional JOB business model. And every once in a while, someone in your upline will throw you a bone in order to kind of get you, oh my goodness gracious, I've got a check. You mean I really can make money with this? And it's kind of like we have to blast through two layers of disbelief. The first layer is, oh, you can't possibly help me with my health. It's all hype and it's all smoke and mirrors. And it's not. It's true. And the second thing is, oh, you can't possibly help me with my finances. It's all hype and it's all smoke and mirrors. Well, guess what? It's not. It's real stuff. And this is what moves the whole company forward. This is what moves the entire movement forward, Carl. You have a big opportunity here in the part of the country that you live. There are hundreds of thousands of people right around you, within an hour's drive, probably less, who are suffering with high blood sugar, high blood pressure, arthritic problems, obesity. It's everywhere, man. So you have a responsibility now, and other than that, a fabulous opportunity in fabulous four corners to go and get them. So go and get them, Carl. I applaud everything that you've done. I applaud everything that you will do in the future, because I know you're going to rock this world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him another round of applause. Carl from Fabulous Four Corners. So much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get on this bus, if you'd like to actually get involved with this, fireyourmdnow.com, click on the longevity button and join us. Or call us up, 855-347-3696. We will hook you up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here. Check the website out, fireyourmdnow.com. That's FIREYOURMD now, NOW.com. Click on the longevity button, browse the website to your heart's content, click on the longevity button, and join our cause. You'll be glad that you did. You're hearing it right from the horse's mouth. Coming up at the top of the next hour, we're going to have another really great testimonial from the Vice President of Field Development and Marketing with Longevity, Steve Schultz. He's going to tell you his own personal weight loss story, and then we're going to have a conversation about the business opportunity, because the field is ripe. The nut is dried, and it's just going to drop right out of the shell. All you have to do is give it a tap. There are millions, literally millions of people in the United States who are struggling with a weight issue. Millions of people struggling with a weight issue. And when you're struggling with a weight issue, you're struggling with other issues as well, because there are many, all chronic diseases are caused by nutrient deficiencies. Obesity is caused by nutrient deficiencies. So if you're so nutritionally deficient that you're overweight, 5 will get you 10. You also have a blood sugar issue. You also have a blood pressure issue. You also probably have a heart condition, right? These are not caused by obesity. They're caused by nutrient deficiencies. They're divergent arms of the same octopus, and MDs have gotten it completely backwards. The moral to this story is there are people in your world who are suffering. They are suffering needlessly. And we have science-based, clinically verified solutions, easy solutions, boilerplate, generic, medical nutrition solutions, and we will show you how to turn people in your life onto this stuff. Do you have to learn biochemical pathways? Do you have to get an extracurricular professional degree, postgraduate degree? No. You don't even have to know how to spell vitamin to have a successful longevity business, because remember, healing is easy, and having a successful network marketing business is easy. The enrollment proposition here, what we do to show people what we do, has to be easy. If it's complicated, it ain't going to work. If it's easy, you're going to hit a home run every day. You're going to get up, and your checkbook is just, your income is going to increase every week. And it will. It's not difficult. We're going to be talking to Steve Schultz about that at the top of the next hour, so stick around and stay tuned. Now, I just want to underline this once more. The only reason that people gain weight is because they eat too many calories. And the only reason we eat too many calories is because our body has wisdom. Our body is nutritionally starved. It knows it's nutritionally starved. And the body is trying to fulfill its nutritional needs by forcing you to eat. But the food that you eat doesn't have the nutrients necessary to secure health. The food is nutrient deficient also. So you'll eat, 3,000 calories at Olive Garden, and 3 hours later you're hungry again. Why is this? How could this possibly be? Well, it could possibly be because you just ate a bunch of empty calories. There wasn't any vitamins in there. There certainly weren't any minerals in there. Might have been a couple of vitamins. There might have been a little bit of calcium, a little bit of magnesium, maybe. But really, it didn't have the 90 essential nutrients that your body needs. And this is the key, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition, it's a numbers game. If you had a sinus infection and you went to an MD, or, you went to a naturopathic doctor. You live in a state that licenses naturopathic medicine, and they swabbed your nose and said, oh, holy smokes, this is a pretty bad infection. I'm going to recommend you take this antibiotic for 7 days. And by the way, you need 30 milligrams of this antibiotic twice a day. 30 milligrams twice a day. Well, if you took 10 milligrams once a day, it wouldn't work. Does that mean the antibiotic didn't work? No, it means you didn't take enough. Well, it's no different with vitamins. It's no different with medical nutrition. You have to take enough. Remember, healing is easy. My recommendation, 1 healthy start pack and 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 100 pounds of body weight per month. Just do that. Eliminate the 10 bad foods and dial in a 1,200 calorie a day diet after the first 4 weeks. In the first month, I don't even want you to worry about calories. Just take the nutritional supplements and eliminate the 10 bad foods. Starting in month 2 and month 3 and month 4, 1,200 calories a day, and your life will change. We're talking to Steve Schultz when we come back at the top of the hours, and his story is going to inspire you, so stay tuned. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now.